paper sheet effect. Let's learn a simple yet powerful technique regarding shadows. We already know how to use the Gaussian blur filter effect, but let's see where else we can use it. We'll use the rectangle tool to create a shape. Now, let's just add a background of some sort with a pattern or a gradient. To make our shape look like a piece of paper, we could use the drop shadow effect, but I find that's not optimal. A better option is to get the rectangle tool, drag a wide, short shape, and place it underneath the piece of paper. Now use the Gaussian blur from Filter, Blur, and lower the opacity a bit. Nothing special so far, right? Now grab the elliptical marquee tool and drag a selection similar to this. Now press Delete, and voila! The sheet of paper appears to be curled. Of course, you might need to adjust the opacity to make sure it looks right. Let's undo with Ctrl-Z, and we'll use this feather option up top. This will have a very interesting effect, and to showcase it, I'll use an exaggerated figure. Now drag the selection, press Delete, and notice there's a softening of the edges. That's what feathering does, and as you increase the pixel count, the more feathered it will be. After you're happy with the top shadow, you can duplicate it. Drag it at the bottom, press Ctrl-T, and flip it vertically. A nice and fast way to create a better shadow. But what happens if you want to add these shadows to the side? Well, first let's get our rounded rectangle tool and drag two shapes, one on each side. Then either make them a smart object or merge them. Now that you've done that, we can make sure they are completely centered on the screen. This is really the best way to go about it. Now, as usual, use the Gaussian blur option and lower the opacity. It looks good like this, and you may leave it as is, but just in case you're looking for more, you can use the elliptical marquee tool and delete a part of it. Depending on how curled you want your page to look like, adjust the selection width. I recommend you keep it quite thin since that's how it looks best. Want to make sure you have the exact same selection on the other side? Move it by using Shift and one of your keyboard arrows. Using Shift just makes it go faster. Be sure to have the marquee tool selected and not the Move tool. Otherwise, your selection will move with part of that layer. So, that's how you create a nice paper sheet effect.